You want to try it?
I think on camera.
Yeah, like try it right now.
Oh, now?
Like we're rolling. Like try it. Zoom into her face.
It's not bad. It's just strong.
It's
but
strong.
It's not bad.
The lychee is somewhere in there, but it's
know.
strong.
This tastes like gin on the rocks with a little bit of lychee syrup and 3 lychee balls. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, Angie's like, I'm never going to make you a drink
Honestly,
again.
we should have made a little like refill for like when we finish it.
It'll be so strong.
Another one?
Hell yeah, they're strong.
Dude, it's Sunday. You got work tomorrow. So do I.
I know, but this
We
is
all
good.
have work tomorrow.
Doesn't mean I can't have like 3 drinks.
Jesus, it is going to put you to sleep, though.
I think this is the equivalent of 3 drinks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
You guys are acting like 30-year-olds.
It's just rough. All right.
So we're acting like you.
Sometimes.
As you guys can hear, I'm still sick. It doesn't go away.
Seasonal allergies.
Seasonal allergies does not go away. Welcome back to another episode of Confess It, Baby.
Confess it, baby.
And we have a guest back here today.
Yes.
Welcome to Confess
Season
It, Baby.
one.
It's our
Angie.
first returning guest.
Exactly, in season 2. So welcome, Angie.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You did so good last time that we just had to bring you back.
I love that.
People have
know.
been requesting your presence.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, really?
Where is Angie?
She's right here in the
She
flesh.
is
She is here.
And she brings us a lot of good advice today.
Exactly. She made us some drinks. Maybe we're going to be poisoned after this.
Maybe all the advice will keep flowing, you know?
If there's one thing about
That is
Angie
true.
is that she's a great host. She always welcomes us with open arms, alcohol, and food.
Yes.
True.
We got some
So-
buffalo dip on the side. We got the lychee martini
Yes,
going.
lychee
And we are ready
martinis.
for this episode because, like you said, we're going to have some good advice. So
We have
today
good
we're
advice.
going to talk about tips for first dates. And share like our kind of like first date stories
Yeah.
too. And
Our
horror
dating
stories. I hate first dates. I feel like I could count with one hand how many times I've actually said yes to a first
That
date.
is true. That is true.
I feel like
hate
you're not
them
into
so
it
much.
as much. You
I
don't-
am not. I think they're so awkward. And like I'm not an awkward person, but on first dates, like I feel awkward. Like I hate them so freaking much.
Why? Why do you think you feel awkward?
I don't know. Like I feel the only time like I wouldn't feel awkward is if I already had met this person in person. Then I already catch their vibe, right? Like I don't feel like it's awkward in that situation. But if it's someone from like Hinge or someone like online that I met and I've never met them physically in person, I feel like it's such an awkward vibe because you don't know what to expect.
You don't. But that's why you always have to come like with an open mind.
Yeah, and I've tried with open mind and still I think it's just
It's hard. You really
so
have to
hard.
like come out of your shell and like
Yeah.
put yourself out there.
And for the most part, it's been like not, how do I explain it? Like not
Successful?
awkward, yeah, like not successful, right?
But why?
What do you mean?
Like, do you feel like it's because you're portraying like that energy into the first date, or it's just because you're not matching with the right people? Like,
I
you
think it
didn't
was just not
match?
matching with the right people, like not getting the vibe, because you get that first vibe when you're first
Yeah.
meeting that person.
I mean, it's
in
hard.
person.
It's hard to date here in Miami. So I feel
Yeah.
like when you match with someone that's like cool online and, you know, seems like the perfect person and you get your hopes up and then you go on that first date and they're like, oh.
It's like
And that's
disappointment
where it
too,
can get
because like
awkward.
you get in your head.
I guess like why. Never mind.
No. Take the floor. So from all of our friends, you know, we try to kind of narrow it down.
Yeah.
And Angie was open to sharing her stories and her personal advice. So take the floor. What's it like for you?
No, I mean it's hard. I'm not gonna say that it's easy. Dating in Miami is hard, but just dating period is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you have social media, you have like all these IG baddies that you know you get compared to.
Yeah.
You have all these
Like us. Sorry, girls.
you have everything out there, and like it's at the tip of your hand. So like when you go out to the dating scene and like. It's hard. And specifically in Miami, just because of all the high expectations that one has, you know, being in Miami. And then you have the dating apps that
How
aren't
do
the
you
best.
how do you get ready for a first date? Like, what do you do to prepare mentally,
Have a
physically?
few drinks.
Oh, like me physically before I get there.
Yeah.
You
I
just
mean,
show up,
You just show up, like
Yeah.
if you're going out with your girls, like you don't get in your head about it. Because
or
I've
like
seen
do
like
your research. Like, do you
try to
like,
find
look
about
into
this
his
person,
profile?
yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to do that.
Okay.
We have had
FBI
catfish,
mode.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely been a
You've
horror
had a
story.
catfish before,
Yeah. So
girl.
Okay, tell us about this
Wait.
catfish story.
okay, so one thing I guess like one of my advices is if you're talking with someone like so long, like there shouldn't be a reason why that man is like hesitant of like taking you out on a date. Like
Yeah,
it's
or
taking
even
so
making a
long.
phone call and like hearing
Yeah.
their voice.
So like if we're talking consistently for like 2 weeks or 1 week and you like don't have any initiative to ask me out on a date, then like what are we doing? Because I feel like especially like on dating apps, like that is the point to like meet people. So my horror story has to do with talking to a guy that I matched with. We had a great connection, or so to speak. And he wouldn't want to FaceTime me.
Red
When
flag.
And you'd
tried-
ask, like, hey, do you want to FaceTime?
And I'm like, at this point, like, you don't want to call, you don't want to FaceTime. All of a sudden, he doesn't have IG, which is totally fine. You don't have to have
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah.
I feel like
That
that's actually like a green flag if you don't have social media.
depends, but
I
like
feel it's a
that's a
green
way
flag.
to like verify.
Yeah, yeah.
As a woman that's going out on dates,
True.
you verify if they have mutual friends. You verify where is it that they frequent. Like you verify a bunch of things. Just
LinkedIn?
social media.
Yeah.
You
Plan
could
B
use
would be
LinkedIn.
like go to LinkedIn if they don't have an Instagram.
That's the green
Yeah.
flag.
Definitely.
But
So
yeah,
this guy had nothing.
no, like.
And
And like the thing is that he would like send me pictures and like videos and all this stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, like if you're sending me videos and you're recording
And he was in them.
yourself, yeah. Or so I thought it was him.
But doesn't it make
Wait.
you
He
wonder?
He was using someone else's pictures.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It makes you wonder
you
someone
met this
that
guy?
person's actually real.
No, I ended up not meeting. I cut it off because I'm like, this is so fucking weird. You're a fucking catfish. I don't know if I
No,
can
you
curse.
could curse here. You can curse.
curse now. New season, baby.
New season, you can curse.
And then yeah, I cut it off. And
But
that
you
was
know
that.
what's a way to actually find the real person, like that real guy? On Google, there's like if you have
you Google search image the
image.
screenshot.
Yes. If the person, the real person actually has an Instagram, it's gonna match whatever social media or whatever type of like thing, an article, whatever the
An
guy has had,
outfit.
whatever the guy has had online, like it's gonna match that face to whatever there is of that person in the internet. You didn't know that?
Shit. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you can. Like,
I mean, I knew
search
you
that
could do
way.
like, an Amazon search with the picture, but I didn't know you could do it
I
with
didn't
like,
know about
someone's
an
face.
Amazon search.
Yeah, on Amazon in the top right corner, you can
That's
take
true.
a picture.
That's true, and then find the item
New
and stuff.
But that's
Generation.
crazy.
It's just like that with a picture, yeah.
So you just told him like fuck off and that's it?
Well, push came to shove, and like he didn't want to FaceTime. He didn't want to call.
Yeah, I would just
and
cut,
like
cut it off.
yeah,
Like, don't
Damn.
answer anymore. Like, that's it.
that was it.
I mean,
And
did
that
you
lasted
guys-
for like 2 weeks too. Shit, they kept you lingering.
That's scary
so
though. That's scary
scary.
because like where does that go to afterwards? Like
Yeah.
you talk and then what? He wants to meet up and then you show up and it's like
I don't think I've ever had like a catfish like that
In
I've
person.
met in person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's scary.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say. If
So-
you guys have watched that show Catfish,
Yeah.
some of those episodes are insane. People go talking like for months, and there was this one girl that actually flew out. Like he flew her out, and she went to meet him, and it was a completely different person. And he was just like, "Oh, I was just scared that you weren't gonna like me for me." And she
Yeah.
goes like, "Bitch, you're on Catfish right now." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they
No, and
exposed
it
him.
happens. I feel like it happens a lot for guys. I'm not gonna put the person on blast that told me this, but it was a guy. He went on a date with the person he matched with on Hinge, and when he got there, he saw the girl like getting off the car completely different from the one he saw online. So it was complete catfish. He got back in the car and dipped.
oh,
But wait, how did he know it was her? It
'Cause
was
I
her,
think-
but with a lot of filters.
I think it was
and, like,
called
editing?
yeah, exactly, like very different and more like overweight. And I think like
God.
they were calling her, like she was calling him or something at the same time.
I've definitely heard that from my guy friends.
Damn.
too.
Yeah, I feel like it happens a lot with
Yeah.
guys too.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Maybe even with guys than with girls. With girls, it's usually more like creepers.
Yeah.
But with,
I mean, I
with
try
guys,
to-
it's like normal girls, just not that pretty. Like
Yeah.
they don't feel confident.
I try to put myself in their shoes, like, you know, like when I was like a little overweight or whatever. And I'm just like, I would feel worse showing up to a date knowing that I don't look like what they're expecting.
Exactly.
Like I wouldn't have the courage to do that. I would be so embarrassed. I think the feeling that comes afterward is even worse than just like, I don't know, the action as a whole.
Yeah. And I felt
like
it was kind of so fucked up too. Sorry. I felt like it was fucked up to just like get back in the car and leave. Like at least approach the girl. Like, I don't know. It's just so fucked up.
Hey, you're not what I thought you were.
Yeah. Because I mean, imagine how she feels now getting completely ghosted.
I mean, I'm sure she knows
she
why.
set herself up for failure,
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
why.
still.
Like, I feel like you're starting off with a bad foot. Like,
exactly, that is
on
true.
a lie,
Yeah,
basically.
that's true. That's true.
And it's sad because there's someone for someone out there.
Yeah,
So even if you're not satisfied with the way you look,
someone
like,
out there is gonna find you beautiful.
someone
like,
will find you beautiful. There's no need to lie about it.
Guys, it's all confidence.
It's all confidence, which is hard. It's hard. If you don't have confidence, I completely get you. Like, it is hard, but there's no need to lie about your appearance online to try to get that first date. And then,
because it's gonna
like,
be
what happened
based
to
on a
this girl?
freaking
She
lie.
got ghosted.
Yeah.
Like, the way that girl might have felt after is worse than the action of lying, like, as a whole.
Yeah,
Which is so sad.
it is sad. What were you gonna say? Were you gonna say something?
No, that was it.
That's the only catfish experience you've had.
Yeah, thankfully. Knock on wood.
How long ago was this?
While back.
Damn.
Sometime last year, I think, right? Like early last year.
Yeah, it was.
Well, who was it? That some guy went viral not too long ago, like on Tinder for being a fake. Do you remember the Tinder? There was like a whole docu-series on him.
Yeah, the Tinder swindler.
What was it that
Was
happened?
that the Tinder
Yeah, but
swindler?
that's
Was he
like-
a catfish? No.
No, he wasn't well, he was lying about his life.
He was
wasn't
lying. Yeah. So
That's
it was
Like,
technically
he needed
cat.
money
Fishing?
Yeah.
and to get him out of like all the situations. And all
yeah,
these
so it's more
predicaments.
lying about like your status. and
So I
then
think
making
this
money
goes
out
to
of
like
it.
our next topic of like online dating, what to believe and how far to take it.
aware. Yeah.
Because like to send someone that you've never met money just because you feel bad for them or you believe their story is
Dude,
kind
and
of crazy.
so many people fall for that shit. So many people fall for it. But going back to something that Angie said, like, I think the dating problem is not only based in Miami. I feel like it's literally everywhere. Like
Everywhere.
everyone struggles. And I feel like nowadays women are so much more successful than men that we're all trying to find someone that's like at our level or even higher. And that's when it gets difficult because there's so many down here.
Which given, that's reasonable. I mean, you should always want to strive for like an ambitious person, a successful, or getting, there. You don't want to date a bum. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
There's so many, I don't want to say bums, but like there's so many like under. There's more
so many
under
bums.
than up. That's what I think. And there's just so many women like successful nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because if you think about it, like, for example, you have a roommate. Obviously, it's someone that can keep up with you. Your partner eventually will be your roommate.
Yeah.
If they can't afford that like rent and you're working hard and they're just sitting at home playing video games, then that's the problem. But if they're out there hustling and, working whatever job they have and they're like putting in effort, I think that's where like the difference comes into play, where it's like you might not be rich, you might not like, provide as much as like other men, but at least you're working and you're trying to like strive to like
Yeah. But
become
that
better.
would
But
be more like an equal.
yeah,
That would
it's
be
not like a
considered an
leech.
equal.
It's not a leech, but
Yeah.
a leech, that's where the problem comes in. Like, I
Yeah.
need to know
And I
that you're at
think-
least putting in effort.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like you want to grow with your partner. So
Exactly.
that includes all aspects,
Yeah.
especially financially,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Damn.
agree.
It's hard out here, man. And the expectations in this city don't make it any easier.
Yeah.
I think that there's just a lot of there's too many comparisons. Like there's too many like, okay, like you don't look like this or you don't have this. Like don't worry, I'll swipe and I'll get what I want, like or what I'm looking for,
Yeah, it's like shopping, like you're shopping
You're
online,
literally
which is
shopping.
so fucked up. It's so fucked up.
I mean, I really do hate the apps because I feel that after a certain point, you become obsessed with the fact of, like you said, like looking for the
Approval.
next big thing.
Yeah.
Not even approval, just looking for the next big thing, the next best thing. And you're swiping and swiping and swiping and you're not even in it fully anymore. At this point, you're just letting the finger go.
Yeah.
You're letting the
Just
finger
swiping.
go and it's becoming a distraction. Whereas like if you go out into the real world, I think that's where you have a higher chance of like putting yourself in a place.
And better
gonna-
conversations too, because how many times do you spark up a conversation randomly with someone you just meet on the street?
I mean,
All the
I
damn
don't.
time.
I don't.
I'm gonna have to disagree. Like I hate dating apps in this world, in this reality, because of the fact that like dating apps are great to meet people. Like you can go on there, and I've met a lot of great people through it. Like it's great. But where it becomes hard is where you are not setting the same, you don't have the same intentions.
Yeah.
So it goes back to what you're saying. Like, yeah, like people will just swipe and keep swiping for fun, but it's not because they are looking for something.
To settle
it's,
down
like,
or anything. Just some
sucks.
company for a weekend and that's it.
Yeah.
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 Oh my God, I hate the people that literally, they change their Hinge location for like 2-3 days if they're traveling. And I'm like, what's the point of that?
To make friends somewhere else.
A one night stand in Italy.
Yeah, exactly. What's the weirdest thing they've ever, like, someone has asked you on a first date?
Oh. Or like a cringy first date.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to think about that.
I have one.
What?
While you wait. So this is many years ago.
BC.
I think pre-COVID.
Okay.
Pre-COVID, I was on the app.
PC.
And there was this guy that I came across.
Wait,
Tall.
I remember this. Was it you?
I think so. Tall, like white boy. And I've always had a thing for like white boys.
No.
And he was a Marine and he was a football player. Shout out to and whatever, long story short, we texted for like a week and then finally we made plans to hang out.
Okay.
And when I'm telling you everything was going down the perfect path, I'm not even kidding. And we made plans to go to Fort Lauderdale and have dinner right by the water, really nice location. And I show up all dressed up, whatever. He shows up all dressed up, but in chancletas, in flip-flops, and not
sandals.
and not like nice
Ick.
sandals. It was like the in between, the thong ones.
Gross.
I
That's an ick.
swear, like this guy must have noticed it. He was like walking towards me, and I was just like looking at the toes, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Were the toes like cut good, or it was like a nasty pedicure going on? Okay.
Which says a lot. It's the style of chancleta that
Yeah.
I don't like. Like
That's so
you could have the
weird.
prettiest foot, all nourished,
Just
hydrated.
guys in sandals are like not it.
But something about even at the beach, which I know it's acceptable,
Yeah, you
but
gotta
even
do
at
it.
the beach, the thong,
You know
the
what?
thong sandals are
You know
just
what?
Thongs
not
are
it
I
for
too
would
me.
much.
prefer the thong sandal over people that wear socks on the beach.
Yeah, same.
yes.
I mean, I
Yes.
just simple slides, maybe like a nude color.
It makes me
black
feel
would
like
be
you
nice.
have really ugly,
Yes.
crusty, nasty,
Yeah.
funky toes. If you're hiding them with socks, there's something
There's
wrong.
something wrong.
Something's very wrong.
And whatever, like we sat for dinner and all I was thinking about were the freaking sandals and the foot and the toes and whatever. And then he asked me, as soon as we sat, we were like, we talked for 5 minutes and then we went straight into like, what are your intentions? Like, what do you want out of dating? And I was like, no, I don't want anything serious. I'm just here for a good time. I obviously wanted something serious, just not with him. Like after seeing the
Didn't want to give
chancletas.
him the wrong the idea that you actually wanted something with him.
And we actually, I think he got the vibe. We ordered appetizers, no drinks, and then just asked for the tab and left.
Oh
and we
yeah,
never
there's no
spoke
drinks
again.
that you don't want to keep mingling.
But shout out, we're still friends on Instagram.
Okay.
He likes my post once in a while, so shout out to you. You probably know who you are.
Okay. Put this guy on.
Sorry.
But at least he can learn something from this. Don't show up to your first date in sandals.
Well,
in
no, I
chanclas.
think he's with a girl now that like thinks it's acceptable.
Okay, then that
I think
fits
he's
his
like
vibe.
engaged and everything. Yeah.
Oh shit!
But
Okay.
that seems like, you know, like some girls are into
Yeah,
that.
some girls
and that's
don't
fine.
care.
It's
There's
just for
someone
me.
out there for everyone.
For me, the thong sandals are an ick.
Yeah,
They're an ick. I can't do
Yeah.
it.
at all. Did you remember something weird that has
Cringy
happened
date.
to you on a
Cringy first
date?
Oh no, it
Or
wasn't
like a
me.
weird
It was
question.
A friend. It was a friend.
But have you had one? And then tell me the friend story because we want to hear. It lets the girlies know they're not alone. Tick, tock, tick.
No, I can't think of one right now.
No.
I mean, I will say this.
wait. So they've always been pretty like fine, like normal people
Successful dates.
for the most part. Like maybe not someone like you match with, but like just like not a weirdo. Like you haven't had a weirdo. No.
No, I'm pretty sure I have. I just like
Can't think about it. What happened to the friend?
The friend went on a date with a guy. From what I remember, she went on a date with a guy, and then the guy started asking for like, it was, you don't remember this story?
Tell me.
that the guy started asking for like feet pics and like some weird creepy ass shit.
It sounds
That's
very
so
familiar.
weird.
I don't know the details, but
It sounds very familiar. This was a while ago.
yeah.
I mean, it's fine if you have a foot fetish, but like, don't bring in that shit up in the first date.
I mean, he's trying to save his money.
Yeah, maybe the second day.
He's trying to
But
save
the
his
first
money.
day,
He
it was
doesn't want to
just
go
gonna
on
run
Foot
away.
Finder. Dude, I've had luck with the apps. I've had several boyfriends from that I've met through Hinge.
Really?
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
I've had, I think not official boyfriends. Official boyfriends, I've had 3.
Okay.
3 of my boyfriends have come from Hinge, and it's been, even though the relationships weren't as long as my other ones, it wasn't longer than a year. Like one of them, actually no, yeah, one of them was longer than a year. It was like a year and like 3 months. Another one was like 3 months, and the other one was like 2 months.
But how was that first date like?
With them, it was good. Clearly, I
good?
liked them.
You
I
guys
liked them.
matched?
It was nerve-wracking, of course. Like I
yeah.
showed up super nervous, and I didn't want to have high expectations because obviously I had heard like about the horror stories, and like I was scared of getting catfished. But the thing about the apps is that you're meeting someone you've never met before, and it's so hard to get the full picture off of just one date that lasts like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
But I feel like you know.
But
I'm very much of like I know on the first
So
date.
my problem was like I
Yeah.
knew I liked them, but then throughout like getting to know them more and them asking me to be their girlfriend, I started realizing the little icks that I had here and there.
Wait, but
And
But do you have the
question.
same icks for like everyone, or is it just like certain things that he was doing?
I have generic icks overall.
Can
like
we hear them?
yes. For example, thong sandals.
Okay.
That's like my biggest ick. Another ick that I have is messy cars. I think a
that's
messy
gross.
car reflects a lot of like on who you are.
yeah, if your car is messy, your house is gonna be messy.
Especially like there was this one guy that I went on a few dates with. We went maybe on like 3 dates, and on the 3rd day he picked me up and his car was full of ash. Like he was a smoker and it was just full of
Oh, and
ash.
it probably smelled too.
It smelled like like cigarettes,
Gross.
like straight up. And that to me was an
Gross.
automatic turn off. So like we had 3 solid good dates, and as soon as I went into his car, I was just like, no.
Wait, but have you guys ever
So-
had a scenario that the date, like the person was a freaking red flag because of their personality, you know, they were a fuckboy, whatever, but they were so hot that you were just blindly in love on that
No,
first date?
I haven't
You never
had anyone
had
too hot.
That shit happened to me. I was blinded, but I knew that person was a red fucking flag. And no, obviously it never worked out. Someone coming in?
Is it a red flag?
Let's just say the wine was flowing on that first date.
Welcome.
Welcome.
This is what a green flag couple looks like. We're just talking about dating in Miami. It's okay.
Exactly. You guys want to give some advice?
The happily engaged
The
couple.
happily engaged. They could give some real good advice if they jump in, but they're too shy right now.
We'll get them in here eventually. A little pop in.
A little hop in with one advice.
Okay, wait. We need to talk about this story really quick.
Bro, I've told you this story.
The watch guy. The one in Brickell City Center.
That guy.
No. I remember this story.
That I was being interviewed.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like that's one big tip right here, guys.
Oh, I will.
If you
yeah.
feel like you're being interviewed on the first date, like that's weird. You like that's not the vibe you should be.
But what was he
actually picking
asking
up.
you? Like, what was the vibe overall? You arrived and he was like straight off the bat journalistic vibes, or like what?
Yeah, straight up the bat, like that, like journalistic vibes. But also, like, I'm gonna be very, very fucking honest. The wine was flowing, so I don't recall much of everything.
No, I will say. Sorry.
Go
keep
ahead,
going.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I went on a date with a guy that like just kept on asking about like finances and
Yeah,
what am
yeah.
I doing and all this stuff, and like in the moment like you don't realize,
Yeah.
but then afterwards I took a step back and I'm like, wait, why is he on the first date?
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's
He's like,
so
when are you gonna get a
freaking
job? Because I was
sketchy.
like unemployed at that moment. Like, dude, I'm fucking get a job eventually. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, it's shit like that. How many kids do you want? Where do you want to live? It's so fucking weird.
I mean, technically, can't you lie about it and then down the road when you're like in a relationship, you're like, surprise.
I mean, you can't start
broke.
off in the like line.
And I don't
off the
want
bat.
kids.
That is not great advice, Juliana.
That's not good
not
advice.
good
Honestly, don't
advice.
listen to me. I'm just here for a good time.
Yeah, it's just I feel like first date is more like just catching the vibe of the person, normal conversation, cool trips you guys have done, like
And
just shit
having a
like that.
conversation.
Having a
I
normal
feel like
conversation, yeah.
a lot of times it can either get awkward or quiet, and like it's fine to be quiet for some time, but like once it starts getting awkward, then it's like
Yeah.
You know.
And it's kind of weird too if you're trying to pull like stuff out of
Yeah.
them and like answers, and it's like short answers you're getting, and it's like they're giving you nothing to work with for a conversation. I feel
So
that's weird.
what's an ideal location for a first date for someone you're meeting for the first time? Would you say it's more like a dinner chill vibe, or would you do
I'll give
an
you
activity?
an example with my boyfriend, the first date. We met on a Friday. We had that first date on a Saturday. So he picked a place to eat because he's a picky fucking eater. And I picked what we did after.
So you did an activity.
We did an activity. So we first went to have dinner, like an Italian spot in South Beach. And then for the activity, we went to see Young Miko concert.
Oh,
at the
that's a good
Oasis.
activity.
Yeah. That was fun.
Oh, that's a good activity.
I had a friend that worked in the radio in Fort Myers. He's like, "Hey, I have extra tickets for Young Miko," and I'm like, "Fine, I'll take it." So then I'm like, "Hey, come
Damn.
here, VIP with me."
Love sparked.
Yeah, that was the first
Shout
date. So
out
that was
to
a
Young
good first
Miko.
date. But usually they're just like dinner vibes,
dinner.
mini golf.
You don't think maybe an activity will like kind of secure it?
So I think it depends.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it on the first date, but like, I don't know. It like depends if you want to keep it more casual or I guess more formal.
Yeah,
It's like the safe choice.
the safe
'Cause
choice
if you
is
don't
dinner,
like them, it's not
dinner
like you have
and
plans
dip.
after.
But I feel like just dinner, like it's hard to catch, like get to know a person that
Yeah.
much just on dinner and a freaking long conversation. And what if dinner they serve you quick and it's like you're in and out in 1 hour? Like,
Yeah. So I
you're
had
not gonna learn about the person.
Usually, like you go somewhere after dinner.
Yeah.
Like if you're having a good time and you're vibing, like
Yeah,
I
go
had
have
a
a drink
really
at the
good
bar.
first
Like that's
date,
what I
yeah.
like.
I had a really good first date with this guy that I dated, and we met on Hinge. We spoke for like 2 weeks. We texted for 2 weeks, and our first date was at Brickell City Center. We went to Techology,
Okay, I like to call
and he actually picked me up at my house because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna like let him pick me up. He looked very, responsible on Instagram. He was a
Yeah,
little
if I don't
older
know
than
you, I've
I.
never let anybody pick me up. But
No,
if I
but
know you,
he had like like pictures of his family, like
Okay.
and I went with my gut and I trusted it. He picked
Yeah.
me up. As soon as I got in the car, it was just like good vibes all around. Like I felt like I knew this guy for a really long time. And we went to dinner. Dinner was funny. We actually sat at the bar, which is another question that I was gonna bring up. Like, is it better to sit at the bar, just in case it's awkward and you have like that like surrounding vibe?
Okay,
Or would you
that's a good
sit off on
idea.
a table? Well, we sat by the bar, which I think he did on purpose for that reason. And he was just messing around with the bartender the whole time, this guy there, like cracking jokes. And I really got to see his personality outside of just of our conversation.
yeah.
And then after that, like, while we were having dinner, we were asking each other questions like what high schools we went to and like what year, like things like that. And when we finished dinner, we got back in the car and he's like, "Oh, I have a surprise for you." And he literally drove to my high school, parked up, and we went on a walk. Like, because my high school, La Salle, it's right by the water. So it's always open and you can just kind of walk around Vizcaya, like that area. So I thought that was such a cute detail.
That is a really cute detail.
Like
It's different.
and he's like, "Oh, like, like it sounds like you had a really good experience in high school and you obviously haven't been there in like a few years. So like, let's just go back and like,
yeah.
rekindle that like love you had for these grounds." And honestly, like it was, I think, one of the best dates I had been on.
Yeah, that's cute. I mean, he put like thought into it.
Exactly. Like he basically, I think he went with the flow, and like during dinner he noticed how into high school I was, like my
Yeah.
high school.
You're talking about high
Time.
school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta fix the cameras.
And yeah, he took me there, and like we obviously had like an extra hour as we walked around, like we were talking about our childhood and all of that, but we were in a place that is so close to my heart that it meant a lot. And that was we actually ended up together for a year.
Have you guys seen the thing on like not Instagram, I say like TikTok, is like golden retriever boyfriends? I feel like I don't
had
think I've
one of
ever
those.
had a golden retriever boyfriend. I feel like I
I
need
like
like a
those.
pit bull.
Pit bull.
I feel like I have a pit bull, so I'm used to a pit bull now.
I want like a Frenchie dog, a Frenchie like boyfriend.
I don't know what Frenchies are like. Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Kind of like, I think needy, but like for cariños, like very like.
That's like a golden retriever boyfriend.
Yeah, but I feel like golden retrievers are, like overly excited and happy all the time, and I can't do that.
But they could be like chill too.
Like a Frenchie.
But the Frenchie, like,
Have you seen a
every
Frenchie?
time I think about a Frenchie, I'm like,
Un porquito. Have you seen a Frenchie sunbathing?
no.
Bro. I'm going to send you a few videos of Frenchie. They literally go like this for hours and the sun is hitting them.
With their eyes closed?
Yeah, and their head just floats.
Interesting.
It's a vibe. That's what I want. Someone chill that just like sits there tranquilito.
just sits there.
But when he wants cariños tight.
You can see.
Maybe not the snoring part.
Definitely
can
not
work
the
with that.
snoring part.
We can like, amoldar.
I should fuck up. Stop snoring.
Honestly, enough about me. I want to know about you guys and more dates and dating in Miami as a whole.
Yeah, so you're saying you guys. Like if I have a lot of advice. Like
I feel like
it's
you're
been like
you have wisdom.
yeah, I feel like I do have wisdom. But yeah, like if I say yes to a first date, like it's just so extremely rare that it just doesn't like barely ever I've ever said yes. And like if through Hinge, it's only happened twice. So the last one was a bad experience. The first one, the guy was like whatever, not really my type. He was like skinny and tall, long hair. I said yes because the long hair and I like long hair. So that's why I said yes to him. But he was never like really my type. The date went fine. I don't remember it being awkward or anything, but just like not my type. Like right off the bat, I knew like it just wasn't my type. Like, and yeah,
Like there was no physical connection.
I was not physically attracted to him. If not, right off the bat, if I don't find you like sexually attractive, like I just can't.
Yeah, it's hard.
I can't. Yeah, I cannot do it. There will not be a second date.
I'm starting to be a little bit more like that.
Yeah. All right. So, tips. What tips do we have for the girlies?
Just don't date.
Based on our experience. I feel like you shouldn't get wrapped up in these apps. I feel like you should go out in the wild, as tiring as that is. And I feel like you shouldn't even be looking for something. Don't even be looking for a guy. Just go out with your girls and have fun and just don't think about it.
Well, okay. So let's go back to that, right?
Okay.
Going out with the girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear it all the time.
To the mic.
Oh, I hear it all the time, right?
Uh-huh.
And like people have told me several times, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're going out with girls, and like obviously, yes, you're not supposed to be looking.
Wait, but I'm saying going out with the girls, not with a group of 5. Go out with one more.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
3, max of 3. That's it.
The tip, yeah, go out and don't be like so just into you guys. Like have like an open space. Like if you're at a bar, like just make it inviting for someone to approach you.
Yeah.
That goes into my second one. Don't have an RBF, because I don't know how many times I've been approached and they're like,
Yes.
I was scared to approach you. And I was like, I understand. Like,
Have you been working on that?
No.
I feel like she's had the RBF the whole episode.
No, literally.
The whole episode, I'm like, is she mad? What is wrong with her? Is she hungry?
You remember at the Open? We went to Miami Open this past week.
Yes, I
And
do.
I was ordering drinks at like with this bartender. Mm-hmm. And automatically, like I was just ordering like, okay, I want a spicy marg. And automatically he serves like me and all the girls shots. And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Was I smiling? So I had to ask him. I was like, did I have an RBF? Because usually like when I have an RBF, it's like game over for everything.
Yeah.
So I found that really funny. I haven't been working on it, but
It's like you just do it unconsciously. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
just
your
me.
normal face. Yeah.
it's just me.
Yeah.
So smile more.
Smile more.
Angie's RBF
Get
is
rid
scary.
of it's scary. But get rid of the RBF. That's a tip right there.
I think it's hard though, because you have to get rid of the RBF, you have to be self-aware at all times. So it's like the second you let loose and you're just yourself with your
Not even. I
true
feel like
face,
I feel
it's
like when you let loose and you're chilling, the face is not really RBF.
Third tip.
no
It all
RBF.
ties together.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Don't be on your phone when you're out. Like let's say
That's
you're
a
at a
good
bar
one.
with a friend and you're just sitting and you are both on your phone or one's on the phone. Like you're not gonna be approachable that way.
That's
Yeah.
a pet peeve of mine. I'll take a video, take a picture as soon as the food, drinks get there, but right after I put my phone away. Because if not, I'm not part of the conversation. I'll be distracted the whole time.
Yeah.
So when someone does that to me, I feel like I'm not important or entertaining enough to hold a conversation.
Yeah, I have a really bad habit of just opening my phone, going on Instagram, just scroll like this, and then close out.
Yeah.
Or go check my emails. Like, why the fuck do I need to check my emails on a Friday night? Like, nobody's
Yeah.
emailing me, but I'm still going in to check my email for some
Especially if
reason.
you're just getting to know someone,
Yeah.
you know, like down the road, I feel like maybe if you're already in the relationship and stuff and it's work related and you have to be on your
Yeah.
phone, I'd understand. But if you're just scrolling through TikTok, through
Yeah,
Instagram,
on those first
aimlessly
dates.
talking on the boys chat, like,
Yeah.
and we're on a date,
Yeah, no, definitely. If you're on a first date, you don't have to be on your
it's
phone.
a turn off.
Yeah, if they're on their phone, it's a fucking ick. They're paying
Yeah.
attention to whatever's coming through the phone and not you.
You're not
And
entertaining.
You're
You're
not.
not respecting my time too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
very disrespectful. So definitely be self-aware of that.
So those
What
are your
else?
3.
Yeah.
Anything else?
What else?
How about table mannerism?
In what sense?
Because like I feel like we're very well put together when it comes to like eating and being self-aware of like how we're sitting and using our utensils, but
Actually,
How
I
do you
eat like a
feel
fucking savage,
about-
so I'm not really self-aware.
but in
of
those
No.
first dates too, like would you order wings and like eat it savagely in front of a man?
I
you're
have a
meeting
tip
in
for
front of?
that. Do not order fish. I order calamaris, and my like everything just smelled like calamari. So do not go for the calamari.
It's the same thing with garlic bread.
Do not go for garlic bread.
No, but I feel like it also goes to like the man, like, and his actions. Like, does he like pull out the chair for you? Does he like do
Yeah.
certain things? Does he make sure that like he opens the door? Which is all obvious things, but you would think that like, you know, people would do that on a regular basis, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it raises a little radar. Like, okay, I guess he doesn't pull out my chair then.
I mean, I just think for me, an ick is table mannerism. If you're like using your hands to like pick at the sauce and like suck your finger.
Ew,
or
that's
like
gross.
maybe there's a knife next to you, but you're cutting your steak with the fork, like trying to like, you know, if you do that on a first date with me, honestly, while we're
They
not
order
officially
ribs
dating,
and they're eating
yeah.
them.
But even that is
never order
different
ribs.
because you can eat ribs normally. Like it's you know, like I know you have to use your hands to eat the ribs.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about simple things like dipping your finger in the ranch to like, you
That's
know.
gross.
Type of
Wait,
people do.
yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm like, wait, is this like a personal issue that you've been through? Like,
I've experienced this and it's an ick. It's an ick.
Never
It's
experienced
an ick.
that
I
in
mean,
my
there's
life.
honestly, there's guys out there that don't have like table mannerism. They're like guys, like guy, like un tipo de like man cave guy.
Yeah.
It's real. It exists.
Why are you going on a date with him?
I mean, you have to get to know them somehow.
Like maybe he's nice.
I also
Let me just say yes.
I've always considered myself like a fixer.
I can fix him. I can show him how to eat.
Always.
I can
I've always
show you
considered
the
myself a
world.
fixer, and not just with guys, but like with friends, with work. Like I like fixing things. Like I see a task and I'm like, let's go. And it's disappointing when you realize that you can't change someone's
cannot
mannerism.
change
you
anyone.
Can't, you know, they sometimes they come like that. You can mold them.
I feel like
But-
that's another good tip is like, let's say you go on the first date and you think the person has potential, but there are a few weird things and maybe you're like, I can fix him. I can mold
Yeah.
him. No, you can't, sis. You
No,
cannot.
there are certain things that
It depends on what it is. Yeah. It could be like little things.
Have you watched
but-
the season of Love Is Blind with that girl that's pregnant and her man?
Yeah, it's with Damien. When she's the one that said that he was bad in bed.
No, the one that's pregnant right now. She was just in the reunion.
Alexia. Well, they were both.
That
in
she has a lot of
reunion.
money.
yeah.
Alexia
Yeah.
with the cowboy.
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, that girl has molded that man.
Yeah, but I think she molded him more in the sense of like fashion and style. But
Right.
No, but even the way
I
he
think
expresses himself,
no,
he's
but
like
I think
very.
it was like he was always been the personality. I think it was always like that. I mean, in my opinion, I think he was just always.
he doesn't come
nice,
off that much
sweet.
of a redneck anymore.
No, because she molded him in the sense of like fashion and shit. But like personality, I think it's like the same way he
He's
was
still a
ever
little
always in the
awkward.
pod. Yeah, to me, he looks still a little bit.
But you
awkward.
see, like that's something you can fix and mold, like fashion.
Yeah.
If there's someone you meet and they're wearing thong
Thong
sandals,
sandals.
like you can mold them.
No, in
and
this season it was the guy with the Hawaiian shirt.
I know,
The
bro.
Jeremy Lawrence. Like we gotta get rid of the shirts. He's like, no,
he even wore.
he would wear it
Hawaiian
on
shirts in the
purpose just to
reunion.
fuck with her.
Yeah, you see, but those are little things you can mold here and there. But like the red flag stuff, like the phone situation, that's a hard fix.
Yeah.
That's a hard fix.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Right.
so I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And this could be us wrapping up. So, do you think
She wants us out of here.
no? Do you think that it's acceptable to go to Cheesecake Factory on a first date?
Yes.
I feel like in the past I have, but like in high school or something, or like college, they said yes to a first date at the Cheesecake Factory. But like nowadays,
Yeah.
I don't think at this point in my life, almost freaking 30, you can try better.
If
I
it's
feel
the
like-
one in Coral Gables, I'm down.
I just feel like there's so many cool, fun
Cool spot,
restaurants. in
same
Miami
price
that
too.
like,
So it's not even about the money. Like
Yeah.
it's same prices.
yeah.
Because
I
the
feel
cheese,
like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. For me, it's different because they have one of my favorite desserts, the Godiva cheesecake. So,
You're
if
like,
I'm in a
take me to the
mood-
Cheesecake Factory.
like Drake says, I forget what song, but there's a song that Drake has that says, I like Cheesecake Factory. I don't think there's anything wrong with going
There's
there as a first
nothing
date.
wrong with it. That's
There's
not
nothing.
what I'm saying at
It's
all.
good. It's good. It's
It's
just
so
the first
good.
date. I feel like you should try a little bit harder. After that, bro, take me to McDonald's. I'm happy with some chicken nuggets. Like I'm fine. But the first date is very important. And
Do you think the
think you
man
did try harder.
inviting you to their house for a home cooked meal on the first date is a red flag or bad?
I don't think that that's reasonable.
You
You're
wouldn't.
meeting a stranger.
Exactly,
Like you don't
exactly.
know
yeah,
where they live. Like
What
who
if
they
it's
live.
someone you met like out and about, and this is the first official date?
I personally would not say yes.
You
to
wouldn't say
go
yes.
so quick. No.
But why do you think that's going quick though?
I don't know, because they're welcoming you to like their space, their home. Who knows for what reason? If they have good or bad intentions, who knows? But I don't know. I feel like that's a lot at once, especially if it's like the first date or something.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot. I don't care if you're a chef. Take me somewhere else. You may know the spots if you're a chef.
Even if they live in like Star Island
Yes.
and they have like a hibachi service in their backyard,
They probably have a yacht parked outside.
you still
so
say no?
we can go in the yacht, right? And then go cruise around. But I don't need to see your bedroom, and you don't need to give me a tour.
But you have to
like-
walk in through the house to get to the yacht.
No, I'm pretty sure you could go through the backyard.
So you'd go through the backyard.
Excuse me, sir. I want to go through the backyard. Okay.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Exactly. What do you
How
think?
about you, Angie?
Andrew's like, take me to that mansion, cook for me. You got
She's
a private
like,
chef.
I will eat that dinner
Say
in the
less.
bathroom.
You got a private chef? I'm there.
Give me that.
I also
truffle.
want a tour of the whole house, please.
How many bedrooms?
How many bathrooms?
Full real estate
Where's the
agent mode.
guest bedroom? Wait,
I
how many
guess.
bathrooms?
I guess
How
I'll
much
let
do you pay
guys
a
know.
month?
Wow, that's a good mortgage, man.
Do you have any roommates?
I want the whole.
Oh, this is your
tour.
parents' house? Even better.
Even better, they live in
Do you have
the.
siblings?
Yeah.
Tell
Oh,
us.
shit.
What do you think?
I'll let you know like once that actually happens.
No one's ever invited you to dinner for the first date at their house.
Yeah, and I never went.
Oh, they have.
You ghosted them or it just fell through?
Yeah, it was just like too weird. It was weird. So
But you didn't even
I
propose.
had a bad feeling, honestly.
Yeah. That's my thing. I would have a gut feeling that I wouldn't go to someone's house.
What
on
if
the
you
first
already
date.
met this person and this person like in real life?
I think it's a case by case, but I would 100% prefer obviously being out in public and going
Yeah.
somewhere.
Like I
I
have
think
a
like
friend.
that's more of like 4, 5,
Yeah.
6 date, you know.
I have a friend that her first date with a guy was a pool day at his house. Like he invited her for like just to grill some burgers on the grill and be by the pool.
Is this his
And-
parents' house or his house?
His house. A
Okay.
normal house, not a mansion. We're not talking Star Island vibes.
Okay.
We're talking a normal house in Kendall. He has his own space and he invited her over for like a barbecue basically and a pool day. And they're still dating. It worked out for her. But that's a different I think it's case by case because it
Yeah.
all comes down to that gut feeling.
Yeah, you gotta get that feeling from the person, like the vibe, if they have good intentions or they have bad intentions.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
It's so easy to lie in this world. So just
It's a
be
scary,
aware of your
scary world
surroundings.
out there. It's a tough one. Any other tips for the girls?
Well, I wanna kind of end it with this, which I think you were the one that showed me this TikTok a while back of the top spots in Miami to meet men.
I probably did.
let's name 5 spots where you think are ideal to go and meet potential future partners.
I mean, I've had like, not that I've like, I don't want to say like places that I've met actually someone I went on a date with, because that hasn't been the case, but just like a good social spot that I've like socialized with other people, I think was Tea Room.
Oh, I love Tea Room.
Tea Room was a good
so
spot.
dark.
It is dark. But if you're still sober enough, you can like see. Once the drinks start flowing, it is dark in there.
Just
You
remember.
gotta go like, excuse me, hold up. Let me see you.
Yeah, just remember to wear
Why do
high
I
heels.
feel like someone has done that to someone?
Oh
I
my
feel like
God.
Janice has probably done that to someone.
Remember to wear heels. No
Yeah,
sneakers.
remember to wear heels.
Even if you have a broken toe.
Where else? I mean,
I think Moxie's. I like Moxie's.
I like Moxie's.
Moxie's is an easy place to network and talk to
we've
people.
tried to
and-
like finesse at Moxie's, never worked out.
How about?
But it was good.
I've never been to Sexy Fish, but I've heard that's a good spot.
Ew, no.
No?
Full of tourists, just old people everywhere from
Really?
like last time and the drink was like $30.
Wait, but what's wrong
It
with
didn't
the
even
old
get me
people?
lit tipsy.
What if you want a sugar daddy? Is that
No,
the
but
place
it
to
wasn't
go?
like only guys.
Not
by
that I want a
themselves.
sugar daddy. I do not want a sugar daddy.
I mean, like old couples. Like I felt like it was a tourist vibe, like people with money.
Yeah, like
it
people
was
from
just-
out of town that go to
Yeah,
a hot
it was
spot.
a tourist trap for me. I didn't like Sexy Fish.
I like you know what spot I like? And maybe you won't agree with me.
Which one?
Booyah. I think the bar at Booyah is a good spot to meet someone.
Remember which was Booyah again?
The one with the tapas, wine and tapas.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like everyone there.
Bula. I call it Bula.
Bula.
I call it Bula. The spelled
Since when are you
Bula.
a gringa?
It has 2 L's.
double
Jennifer.
Huh?
It's double L.
I know Bula, but I always called it Bula.
Booyah.
I know it's Booyah, but when I see it spelled, I feel like it's Bula.
Pero it's a Spanish restaurant. Why would they say vamos a
No
Bula?
say. Moving on from Bula.
I think that's a good spot because I feel like the sangrias and the beers there are like flowing heavily. So if you go around happy hour and like
I guess
people are
depends,
starting to get faded after work, especially the Coral Gables ones, you'll see like, you know, like a lot of young corporate people.
I mean, if it's during a happy hour like that, like you said, yeah. But I
like
really
the Coral
noticed the
Gables
social
area. The
vibe.
Coral Gables area is nice. I think it's a good spot to meet someone. If there's alcohol involved. I've never met anyone at
There's-
Coral Gables, but
Places we think, but we've never actually had success.
definitely not Wynwood. Don't go to Wynwood to meet
Yeah.
anyone.
I met my boyfriend in Wynwood. It was a rare night
Where?
at Miami.
Is he a promoter?
No, you crazy?
Okay, maybe you can go to Miami and meet someone. But why was he? Okay, wait. I have a question. Why was he there that night?
He
What
had
was the-
we were doing the same thing. We both had been to the Fate concert and then we went there after.
But did they have like an official after party or it was just like a
No,
spot?
it was just a
And you
spot.
guys coincidentally went to the same concert before?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but like it wasn't like a total random person. Like he knew a friend of my friend's boyfriend.
Oh, but
like,
he was part of the group?
No, he joined the group after. It was just him and his friend.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Where do you meet someone? The club?
She's like, I'm working on it. What do you mean?
I don't have any success.
Not at the club. Not at the club.
At the club. It was not.
But if you guys have any recommendations, let us know down below.
I think Blackbird is also nice.
Oh my God. You have an
No.
obsession, like a sick obsession with Blackbird. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
I
Like
love
that-
Blackbird. I think it's that Blackbird drink.
Maybe it's a drink because
I love the music at Blackbird. I love the vibes there. I love the lighting. I don't know. I love Blackbird. I love that it's close to
I
my
feel
house.
like it's dark in there too.
I don't like that place.
Why?
Yeah.
I
It's
just
kind of
don't
like
like it.
weird. I don't know.
Why?
I don't think I've
don't
been
know.
there like since.
We should go on Tuesday.
Since
It's
I was, like,
ladies'
in
night.
I
college.
disagree. You will not find me there.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Oh.
It's not the place I would go.
Mm.
Well,
All right.
You can find me there.
Any other tips?
Honestly, just don't
May
date.
the force be with you. I think that's a really good dip. A dip. Really, I'm thinking about food. That's a
The
really
dip.
good tip.
If you're not ready to date, don't date. Don't
No,
force
maybe
yourself
you
into
are
it.
ready, but don't force yourself. Let
Yeah.
it just freaking
Don't
happen.
look for it. Let it come to you.
Yeah, let it come to you. And if you're getting impatient, well,
And don't
That's
have
where
high,
you go
I think
wrong.
my number one advice is don't have high expectations.
Yeah.
I
but it's
think
like,
don't
why-
have expectations at all. No, hold
But
on.
it's like you have the right to
expectations-
be have
expectations are different than standards,
true. It's
Okay,
true.
yes,
It's true.
right?
yes.
So
That's
you
true.
can't go into the first date thinking, "Oh my God, I met this man. He's the love of my life. I want him to be my
That's
boyfriend."
true.
Because that little hope will lead to disappointment.
That is
Yeah.
true. But your standards, you
Your
do not need to
standards-
lower it for
Yeah.
nobody.
Keep those in the back of your head, like, you know.
And
If they
just
wear
have
thong
faith.
sandals, just
Oh
keep
my
that in
She's
your
traumatized.
mind.
Just have faith that your person is out there, and they are. There's someone out there for
I mean,
everyone.
hopefully they are at this point.
Maybe they're not in the state you're living in, so try to travel. Try to travel, go explore new places, and just get out of your head when it comes to dating.
out of your head and out of the city.
There we go. And that wraps up this episode. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please rate, subscribe, review. We will be back here next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.